After the man was reborn at the age of 8, the first thing he did was urgently press his parents' fingerprints onto the divorce agreement. Then without hesitation, he abandoned his wealthy mother and chose to stay with his penniless father. In his previous life, when his parents divorced, he was too young to understand, and under his mother's sweet words, he cut off all ties with his father. But in his later years, when he was seriously ill, his mother's family heartlessly abandoned him. They refused to give him money for treatment, and even forced him to sign over all his assets with the help of his stepfather. Eventually they even pulled out his oxygen tube. Only in his final moments did he learn that his father had secretly supported him for years. Crushed by regret, he closed his eyes for the last time with endless remorse. Perhaps heaven pitted his tragic fate, because he was reborn on the very day his parents divorced. This time, he was determined to rewrite his destiny. Without hesitation, he grabbed his father's hand and pressed the fingerprint on the divorce papers, then immediately kicked his mother out of the house. His father's eyes welled up with tears at his son's decision, so he took out all his savings to make sure his son could continue school. But to his surprise, the boy took the tuition money straight to the securities center and bought the worst performing stock with it. Just then, a female CEO happened to witness the scene. She kindly advised the boy not to act on impulse and told him that with the current global stability, gold prices were steady, and the stock he chose was impossible to rise. She urged him to refund the money and return to school, but the boy said something shocking. He claimed that the global situation was about to shift dramatically, that gold prices were on the verge of soaring, and the stock he bought would soon hit its limit up. The CEO couldn't help but laugh, thinking it was just childish nonsense. But impressed by her kindness and beauty, the boy decided to introduce her to his father, so he purposely made a bet with her. Her assistant was furious and about to scold the boy, until he saw the CEO had already shaken hands with him. She confidently agreed to the bet, saying if the boy lost, he had to promise to return to school. While they were betting, the father rushed into the trading center out of breath, and was stunned to see his son had invested the tuition in stocks. But the boy was full of confidence, claiming they would be winners in just 10 minutes. At that very moment, his mother passed by with a rich second-generation heir. They mocked the father and son in public, and the rich kid arrogantly declared that people like them were destined to be losers forever. Faced with humiliation, the usually silent father grabbed the rich kid's hand and challenged him to a bet. The rich kid quickly agreed, saying if the stock didn't rise in 3 minutes, the father and son would serve him like slaves. The atmosphere instantly became tense. Time ticked away, but the stock kept falling. The boy's mother quickly urged them to admit defeat, but the boy remained calm. Then in the final 10 seconds, the stock suddenly began to soar.